Mount Regis Center is a safe environment for individuals to come and get help to overcome their addictions. Admitting that you have a problem is the first step. Seeking help is the second. The staff at Mount Regis will treat you like the individual that you are and will help you rebuild relationships that have been lost because of addiction. Give them a chance to help you by staying at the center, one of the homiest places around. Kurt Lane, their CEO, gives us a look into Mount Regis.
Mount Regis Center is to help people put their lives back together and to help families who have a loved one who is struggling with an addiction, to give them answers and a path back to hope. And the purpose of our treatment primarily is to help people get control of their lives when they've lost control to an addiction.
And a lot of people, that's really hard for them to admit that they have a problem, and that really is kind of the first step to getting better.
Absolutely, it is. It is very hard for them to admit, and it's hard for families to even recognize it at first. So we're here to help families get some questions answered. They can call in and just talk to our admissions staff and just ask questions, warning signs, how to handle certain situations, and like you say, how to convince someone that they need help. It's a hard thing to do, but we can help them get through that.
And why are you so passionate about helping people get better?
Everyone wants a job where they can help people. I think that's something everyone says, but this is where you can see miracles happen every day, and seeing someone who has just been struggling for a while come in and within 2 weeks come back to life, it just fuels you in a way that most jobs don't give you that perk. So all of our staff here, about half of our staff is in recovery, in fact. So all of our staff are very passionate about what we do and about the patients.
And the great thing about Mount Regis is you guys have individualized treatment programs too. So you're kind of treating people like the individuals that they are, because not everybody's story is the same.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't treat people put them in a cookie cutter type setting and think you're going to get good results. Everyone has their own story. They have their own struggles. They have their own strengths. So when they come in, we try to recognize those and build on those strengths. And then the things that they struggle with, we try to customize our treatment to help them with that.
And this place does feel so homey, and it seems like a nice place for people to come and know that they're going to get that comfort and care that they need.
That's what we deliberately try to do. We're not an institution. It doesn't feel like you're coming into a hospital type setting. So we've kept the environment very homey, but we also make sure that we treat the patients where they feel like they're family.
And how big of a need is a place like this?
It's huge. Here in Virginia, they just had a heroin and prescription drug summit a few weeks back in Charlottesville to address the growing epidemic, really, of heroin in particular, that is moving from the Richmond area, the Virginia Beach area, west into the more rural areas, Lynchburg, Roanoke, Christiansburg, Blacksburg, and on even towards Abington. And so that one addiction problem has grown about 500% in the past 10 years. So it's a great need, and it's growing.
And you're in a great location here to treat people in those areas, but you also get people from other places, right?
We do. We get people from all over the country. I think the farthest reach we've had so far this year was we had one from Wyoming, but we regularly get patients from West Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and then we get folks through our connections with some large corporations. They see us as a center of excellence. We've met their criteria for that. And so we get referrals literally from all over the nation.
And you mentioned earlier that you had an alumni reunion. Tell me about some personal testimonies that you've heard about people who've been through this program.
Yeah, exactly. We our most recent alumni function was in Pittsburgh because we treat so many people from that area, and unfortunately, they were kind of leading the way for Virginia, for Central Virginia, with this influx of heroin, and so we've been dealing with this problem for quite a while. And we've treated so many folks there, we thought it'd be a great idea to have an alumni event. And when we were there, a young fellow told us that he'd been clean for about 3 years thanks to Mount Regis Center. And he gave us an example of the personal touch that we try so hard to give to our patients, that a good guy, a good kid, come from a good family, very loving environment. But he made some bad decisions and ended up living on the streets, flopping around to different homes, friends, and by the time he came to Mount Regis Center, he had really been drugged through it. His first night here, he said one of our nurses came in to check his vital signs and just to see how he was doing, and she just put her arm on his shoulder and rubbed him, patted him, and said, you know, it will be fine. You're going to be fine here. And he knew that he had made the right decision, and that connection meant the world to him. He said it's the first time he had been treated like a human for months. So he's still sober. It's been about 3 years.
And Mount Regis Center is located in Salem. The helpline for that center is 1-800-477-3447, or you can call their office at 540-389-4761. And for a list of everything about them, you can go online to mountregis.com.